Many crypto investors are checking their portfolios right now, wondering where the heck did all my money go? I was running up a bag. I was making tons of money. It's why a lot of us got in crypto to begin with, is to accelerate the gains your portfolio can make, to turn a smaller amount of money and multiply it into a large amount of money. That's the game most of us were playing as we got into crypto. But the hodling game is not the answer for most people anymore. But neither is gambling and playing short-term speculation trades. What I want to talk about is how to actually make money in crypto, just like the big businesses. The big business in crypto being, who's making money right now? Who do you think is profitable? That's going to be your Coinbase. In Q1 alone, in Q1 of 2026, making over $1.4 billion. And now, why is it that they're able to do this, but we're sitting here looking at our bags and Bitcoin's down 50% from 125 to 60K? And again, yes, if you're holding Bitcoin for the long term, yes, you're still going to make money. Even if you buy at the all-time high, time and time again, 4 years later, you will be in profit again. By then, you should keep lowering your entries and keep DCAing, of course. But how do we start to make money like Coinbase? Why is it that they get to make $1.4 billion the first quarter of 2026, and we're sitting here looking at our bags like, what the hell happened, right? And it's because they don't care which way the market goes, because they are running their portfolio, they are running their business. It's because they are running their business. Every time someone is trading on their platform, they are making money. They are in the interest of, no matter what the market is doing, that you are buying, you are selling, you're FOMO buying the top, you're panic selling the bottoms. They don't care what it is. They just want you to be playing and using their ecosystem so they make money. And they made over $1.4 billion in quarter one alone of this year. That's crazy. Last year, I think they made over $8 billion. That is insane. And so when I'm looking at my portfolio, it's like, okay, so yes, I'm going to have holdings in my treasury, just like Coinbase is. They're going to have holdings. They have their crypto holdings, right? So when I'm looking at my portfolio, I'm wondering, how do I run this like a business? How can I get a piece of that $1.4 billion in money that Coinbase is making? And that is where DeFi comes in. And that is the whole purpose. That way you're not just sitting there hodling. You're not taking your Bitcoin and you're just sitting there watching it and you're stressed out because at 125 pre-October, you are finally sitting at some nice profits, taking screenshots, sharing to your friends, family. I know I was, and it's something to where you're like, I just can't sell yet. I can't sell yet. We're finally seeing the gains. And then now where are we at? 62, 63K at the time of this video. We dipped below 60 to like 59K. Could we go lower, 54K? Very, very possible. And so if you're tired of just watching your portfolio, just like I was so tired of just watching it move up and down with nothing you can do about it besides go to your job, make more money, the little bit left you have after expenses, throw it in the market, DCA down. Of course, you should still do that, but you need to make money off of the portfolio. The Bitcoin you already have, make it work for you. Make it work for you. And that's the whole point of DeFi. What is decentralized finance? More specifically, when we're talking about liquidity pools and providing liquidity to a decentralized exchange, what are we actually doing? We are becoming Coinbase, but on chain. To me, it's like the farmer's market of crypto. It's by the people, for the people. People provide the liquidity that traders swap through. So it's not Coinbase holding the assets and they're giving it to you when you pay, when you buy, and when you swap an asset. It's people actually providing the liquidity. And then there's millions of dollars of volume coming through every single day. And they still pay fees on those transactions that they want to make, the customers, but it's much, much smaller. So they save money, which gives us a lot of demand. It's instant, it's permissionless. So they don't need to go KYC on Coinbase or get checked by Coinbase and say, hey, hold on, buddy, are you sure you want to do that? Or, hey, we're not really sure that this is legitimate money, X, Y, Z, whatever reason that they give you just to make you wait and pump the brakes on you. That doesn't exist in DeFi. There are many reasons why decentralized finance is very, very attractive to our customers. But the whole point is that you can't just become an exchange. You can't just decide to, I'm just going to go open up a new Coinbase competitor and I'm just going to do that with $5,000, $10,000. You can't. You can't. That's a company that's making, again, billions of dollars a year. You can't compete on that level. But in DeFi, you can't. In DeFi, you could throw $10 into a liquidity pool and you're going to get paid your share of the fees. If there's $100,000 in liquidity pool that traders are using to facilitate their swaps and you're $10,000 of it, you're going to get 10% of all the fees that liquidity pool is making. It's by the people, for the people. So what you get to actually do is take your crypto that you've been sitting there hodling for maybe 4 years, maybe 8 years. It's the second cycle you fumbled. Maybe. I don't know your personal situation. I know I wish I would have taken profit many times in the past. But what's nice is that your portfolio is paying you fees every single day. So you start to make money every single day, just like the exchange does, because you are becoming the exchange. It is the whole point of decentralized finance. And yes, there's the loan side of things too. There's all different aspects in DeFi. The whole point is just to decentralize the game. So there's not one company that's making $1.4 billion in a couple months, and that the people that are holding the coins, that are taking the risk, you already have taken the risk, you already hold the assets, monetize them, give liquidity to the traders can do their gambling, their bullshit, and you're still a long-term hodler and you are making money every single day. And of course, it's so much more powerful if you implement the full flywheel, which you can see videos on this channel about that. Of course, the 10K fast track links down below too. If you want to work with me one-on-one, we'll get you set up to where you never lose any of your core holdings and you are making money off your portfolio every single day, 5 to 10% per month, at least, even in this market that's been kind of shit. But what this does for you is it gives you income, which is even when Bitcoin was at 125. I imagine even when Bitcoin was 125K, I imagine a lot of you could have thought of a lot of things you could have sold that Bitcoin for, but you were a little greedy, wanting to hold on for longer, because if you get another 100% gain, it doubles again, then you can buy this, it'll change your life this way. But if you sell, then you lost your Bitcoin and then you're taxed on it, etc. In the DeFi game, I'm not having to ever sell that core Bitcoin holding. I'm using it to then provide liquidity that makes me money every single day. I personally take my Bitcoin, I lend it out, I borrow against it, and I use that borrowed capital to make me 5 to 10% a month in cash flow, which compounds each and every month back into more Bitcoin, or I can take that and use that for lifestyle. So I'm never having to sell my investments. I'm never paying tax on selling my Bitcoin. I'm not caring about timing the top super perfectly, getting back into the bottom super perfectly. There is money coming in every single day that will compound back into your portfolio. And we've done the math on this channel. And if you're even just making 5% a month, it's freaking insane what that compounds to. That compounds to, what was it? We've done the math on this channel before at a only 40% APR. So you're making like 3% a month. When you're doing that in 2 years, you over double your portfolio. In 3 years, you over triple your portfolio. In 5 years, it's a 615% return. In 10 years, it's a 5,000% return. If you're only earning a 40% APR. Compounding that back into your portfolio. In DeFi, we're often earning 5 to 10% a month, even more than that. This is a very low end speculation, but it's something to where those fees, as you compound back into your portfolio, those fees, as you compound them back into your portfolio, it is so powerful. Because income is just going to be number one in the game for you. You're still working your job to buy your investments, but then you make your investments work for you and spit you more income. That income compounds your portfolio and grows that at a crazy exponential rate that each and every one of you should be doing just like I am. It's going to do so much damage in a good way for your portfolio in returns long term, especially right now. If Bitcoin's 60K, we're down 50%. Every dollar you're earning, if we go back to 120, is another dollar. It's worth $2. It's worth $2. It's so much more valuable to be in the trenches right now, accumulating as many of these assets as we can. And that 40% compounded, that's not even including the fact that Bitcoin, more often than not, 4 years from now, it is a new all-time high all over again. That is if the price just goes flat, which we know Bitcoin, we know crypto, that price does not move flat. You've already taken the risk. You already own the assets. Don't cut yourself short and not take the extra steps to learn how to actually monetize your assets, guys. It's the best thing you can do for your portfolio. You solve the biggest problem, which is income. You learn the DeFi skills. You learn to borrow against your crypto. It's something to where you can do what the rich do. Elon Musk, he can borrow against these stocks. You don't think, people in real estate. I got guys in the 10K fast track, tons of properties, very, very wealthy, well-off guys. And they're not looking to sell homes to buy crypto or to sell homes to get new homes. They borrow equity from their homes that they already own. You can borrow the equity from your Bitcoin to do the same things, to keep leveling up and compounding through the game. And DeFi just makes that a decentralized opportunity for literally everything that's already in TradFi. Permissionless loans, permissionless access to the equity of your assets, permissionless trading, permissionless business on chain where you can make money like Coinbase does every single day. Guys, there are people winning the game every day because their number one focus is how do I bring cash in. If you're just sitting there hoping and praying for someone to get elected into an office position or for a law to get passed or for your memes and altcoins to maybe one day, maybe come back to their all-time high, you're sitting there praying, crossing your fingers and hoping. Stop hoping and make money today. Guys, that 10K Fast Track link, it is down below. Work with me one-on-one directly. And if not, I'll see you in the next video.